Alright guys, we are back. Monster against Seed is the last game of the day for the second stream. We have it Zerg versus Protoss coming up. There were a couple of problems with the Seed's sound, which caused a small delay. But, well, I think that by now the HUD game should be done. So at least we have a couple of viewers on the B stream. Okay, let's see and jump into the first game. We have Monster against Seed, Zerg versus Protoss, MVP against Incredible Miracle, and we are about to start the game. The countdown has just begun. This is going to be the last best of 3 of the day. Zerg against Protoss, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Monster against Seed. Belcher Beach is the first map in this best of 3 here. We have another Code A match at hand. To the top left of the map in the red color we have our Zerg player from Team MVP. It is none other than MVP Monster. At the bottom right in the corner to the right side of the map in the blue colors we have his opponent, the Protoss player named Seed. Seed is starting at the bottom right and he places down a pylon right at the front door, starting therefore with an early expansion. A quick look in the main base of Monster reveals that we don't see an early pool for the MVP player. No, he is just building his overlord and will start with an pool and maybe an early expansion as well. Kind of a standard opening would maybe be going for a pool, gasless expand. But just to give you a couple of information about the two players and their stats in this particular matchup, we have Monster on a win ratio of 53%. He played 15 games, won 8 of them, lost 7. And Seed on the other hand has a 60% win ratio. He played 10 games in total, which means that he won 6 of them and lost 4. So right now we have both of them with roughly, no, not really the same record in this particular matchup, but a similar one. And the last few matches show that both of them have been winning and losing a couple of games against the opposing race. So it's gonna be a pretty even match. And at the bottom right it looks like we have Seed with a Nexus first play. He's waiting very long, accumulating a lot of minerals before he actually starts with his forge. He's just now moving out with the probe, and yep, we will see a Nexus first for Seed. Oh, he cancelled it right away. Wow, that cost him a lot of minerals. That cost him 100 minerals early on. This was definitely not intended to happen. So Seed with a small blunder in this early game on Belcher Beach in the first map, now just throwing down the Nexus right after he started the forge, and while the one single probe is patrolling the natural expansion, we have a second base for Monster built at his third. So he is going for a very early base, and he knows that his opponent is starting with an early expansion, and he's starting with a forge, and therefore he is trying to get an third base. Will throw down another hatchery very soon. Seed is now just starting with his wall and placing down another pylon. We will see the gateway very soon. Just now he's going for the first cannon, and the Zerglings chasing down the probe, but it will scout the base. It will scout that second base for Monster. And Monster so far has his first queen already built, and he needs to spread a lot of creep in order to connect his main base with the third, but on well, in the same movement he will connect the second base as well, so this should work out quite fine for Monster, especially because of that small blunder of Seed in the early game. He will have a very delayed cybernetics core, and therefore he can't put any additional pressure onto his opponent. It's pretty important that you know about the speed timings when you're a Protoss, especially when you scout that your opponent is starting with an expansion and no gas expansion at that. You know particularly well that he has a very late speed, and Stalkers have the ability to just harass their opponent quite a bit. Oh, very well played. Places down one building in order to prevent the Zerglings from streaming, just blocking them and giving the cannon a couple of opportunities to get off additional shots. So the Zergling can now scout the main base, but at least there are not 3 links that will start to pick off probes. But as I was about to say, when you know about the speed timings, then you know when your Stalker has to stay in the main base. If you know there's no speed, then there's no harm in just building a Stalker and trying to poke a little bit, trying to annoy the Zerg player, maybe pick off the occasional Ling or 2, and then retreat as soon as you think your opponent is about to complete speed, because when speed is done, Stalkers live a very dangerous life on the map. We have 3 bases now for Monster. He's just completing his 3rd at the natural. Then we will have him on 3 bases. He's now saturating 2 mineral lines already. He has a decent amount of harvesters, while his opponent's Seed is now getting the +1 attack upgrade. Nothing out of the ordinary so far. Still, obviously, in the early game, the loss of 100 minerals is quite a lot, but we have a lot of gas for Seed now. He is getting a lot of gas for assimilators already. And in regards to the harvester count, we have him on 34 probes to 38 drones. Double gas for Monster. He can start with his creep spread pretty soon. Sorry, not just creep spread, but the metabolic boost pretty soon. But for now, he's happy to just build the Roach Warren. Not getting creep just yet. And we have more and more drones. He's just droning up like crazy. A little bit of pressure. But yeah, the Queen is able to do a lot of damage. And wow, nice save there. Nice save by Monster. Used the drones to just block the Zealots so that the Queen will survive. Very, very well done. Both of the Zealots are already dead. Sacrificing 2 of them in the early game was probably not the smartest decision of Seed, because he just didn't do any damage at all, and he didn't even force Monster to build something. Monster just continues to produce drones, and he plays a very, very good game so far. 44 to 46 to 42 harvesters and 12 Zerglings, getting a bunch of roaches now. Speed is upgraded as well, and we have Blink Stalkers. Getting 4 additional gateways, getting 5, 6 gate Blink Stalkers with +1, +2 will be researched straight away. Should pop in any second. There it is. +2 upgrade. Very basic strategy for Monster. He didn't start his lair tech just yet. He's just going for roaches, and if he's facing Blink Stalker, he definitely has to make sure that he is now just spreading his creep a little bit faster in order to get the speed bonus when he's facing Blink Stalkers. He's now checking for lair, and upon reaching lair, he should definitely start with the infestation pit in order to get a couple of infestors, because without the infestors, he will have quite a hard time catching the Blink Stalkers. And another upgrade that he really needs is he needs Burrow. He needs Burrow because he has to see that there is no chance that his opponent has a robotics, and therefore there is no scouting information whatsoever in regards to detection. We have the Overlord in the main base. Sentries being warped in. The Overlord is about to die, but he already knows about all the gates. I'm not quite sure if he knows about the Twilight Council. Oh yes, he actually does. He knows about the Twilight Council, and therefore is fully aware of what's going to happen. Is building a lot of units already, and there's Seed moving out with his army. 3 bases for Monster. He's now building a macro hatch at that, because he knows he might need the lava. Very smart decision. We have a Spire tech, lair tech ready, and where are the tech structures? Is he going for the tech structure? Trying with it. Trying to get into the main base, trying for a small run by. There's Burrow. And Burrow is going to be really important for him. Pylon is being built right now, but will it be there in time? That's the main question now. 116 supply against 86. Trying to go in there. The Zerglings are in position, picking off sentries. Nice. Oh, not killing a single one just yet. One is finally dying. Nice force fields though by C, doing a really good job. The Zerg player with a little bit of trouble. Burrow is halfway done, still no detection for Seed, but the Protoss player from Incredible Miracle is warping in additional Stalkers by the second, and this is looking very good for Seed now. The 3rd base is under a lot of pressure. The Roaches in the back trying to deal a little bit of damage, trying to snipe those sentries, but well, he needs those upgrades. He needs the Burrow upgrade, and he's now just about to complete it, as well as the Roach speed. Oh, this is going to be a very, very close match, especially since Seed is putting more and more pressure onto that base. And here, there's the Burrow upgrade. Burrow is done, and he needs to use this in order to get more hit points for his Roaches. That's exactly what he's doing right now. But the Stalkers are going on. The Roaches on Burrow, try to snipe as many Stalkers as possible. He's getting more Lings, and Roaches at that. But 100 supply against 91. It looks like the hatch is going to fall. Yes, Seed is sniping the hatchery of his opponent. The 3rd base is gone, and now with the help of the Broodlings, all the Roaches trying to attack once again. Monster has to pull drones, and wow, this is looking really, really nasty for Monster. Seed is just blinking back. Nice micro warping in a couple of Zealots right now, and those Roaches are in a lot of trouble. Sniping another Overlord. Wow, this is a very nice attack, very well timed out by Seed. +2 attack with the Blink Stalk as he's just now moving in, trying to take down the natural at the same time. So this is just a horrible situation for our Zerg player from Team MVP. The +2 upgraded Zealots are just ripping through the Zerglings. Well, that does not look promising. The first queen is that he will have a problem with the lava very soon, and more units are getting warped in the area. The overall supply is now in favor of Seed, and Seed just has the ability to blink as much as he wants to. We have more and more roaches streaming in from all sides, but Seed is doing a good job using blink. Might lose a couple of stalkers now as he's trapped on the high ground, but still more warp-ins about to be completed, and he killed the macro hatch, so we have the Zerg player down to 2 hatches now. Harvester count in total is 49 in favor of our Protoss player, 40 for Monster, and this is not a situation you want to be in if you're a Zerg player. Seed is just trying to stabilize again. Well, not really stabilize, but just trying to build up a new army that he can attack with. He's going for the robotics now, and as soon as he has an observer, he's also in the position to blink onto the high ground. The observer will not only reveal the borrowed roaches, but at the same time it gives him a lot more mobility into the main base of his Zerg opponent. So Monster is trying to get to the fungal, and that's the only thing that he can do right now in order to prevent the stalkers from blinking. But if Seed is fast, if Seed is using the timing that he has right now, he might be in the position where he can just end the game even before fungal growth is a factor in the equation. We have the pathogen glands upgrade being researched, and now the robotics is about to finish. More units being warped in, a couple of zealots, but there's no third base being built just yet for Monster. And now Seed is attacking once again. A small force of Monster trying to actually break through that wall, but there are 3 photon cannons already. He needs to be very, very careful. The observer is ready. Pathogen glance is halfway down. He can start with the infestors now, which is exactly what he does. 123 supply against 116, 51 harvesters, 10 additional harvesters when compared to the Zerg player for our Protoss from Team Incredible Miracle. Seed is now going for the +3 attack upgrade, and still no third base being built for Monster. He still doesn't have a third base. We have a cannon being built in the main mineral line. Just wants to make sure that there are no mutalisks, no borrowed infestors or borrowed units. Just a safety precaution. Actually going to work out very well. How many stalkers do we actually have? He has about 30 of them, doesn't he? Yes, 28. 28 stalkers +3 attack upgrade is halfway done now. There's a lot of stalkers. He's not transitioning into anything else, and still only 2 bases. Only 2 bases for Monster. Finally getting the third, but it might already be too late. We have the Tech 2 Colossi. He's going for the Colossus, and yep, the one single Zergling not gonna survive. Seed is about to take a third base himself. Finally, the 2 armies clash again. Blinking away. Using the first 2 force fields in order to narrow the gap. But yep, here come the last force fields trying to divide the army of the Zerg player, doing a really good job. But the infestors are trapped behind. He can't fungal, finally breaking through. Fungals hit the Blink Stalker army, but the damage has been done already. He can blink away and is now taking down roach after roach. All the infestors are already gone. Seed is about to win this fight, and he might win the game. He's just trying to follow his opponent, hunting down roach after roach, and +3 attack is about to finish very soon, while another Nexus is being built. The third base for Monster is about to be completed, but will it give him anything in this game? I actually doubt it. 84 supply against 117, and there's a last desperate attempt of Monster to win this match, to win this fight. The drones are being pulled. That's never a good sign, and now every single unit is getting obliterated. Without Infestor, without the fungal, there's nothing he can do against the Blink, and our Protoss player is taking this first game in the best of 3 series between Monster and Seed. Alright, well done. So Seed is the first Protoss who's able to take a map today. The only other Protoss player that we had so far was Core. He was facing for GG, lost both matches. And now we have Seed up ahead with 1-0 against Monster. The next map is going to be Entombed Valley. And I've seen a couple of matches, a couple of Protoss vs Zerg matches on Entombed Valley, and most of them have been pretty interesting. So one of the main well, we talk about that I think when we are in the game. This is the last best of 3 for the day on the second stream, ladies and gentlemen. I sure hope you're enjoying the show. And once again, you can follow me on Twitter, which is Kaldor, KH. And obviously also make sure that you follow at GOMTV on Twitter. Monster against Seed is about to start the second map, that is. We have another Protoss versus Zerg coming up. Both players are already in the lobby, apparently ready to start the game. The countdown is running. Ladies and gentlemen, Seed against Monster, second game, starting in just a few seconds.